Good morning and welcome back. You join us in Elbury Cove, where we are currently enjoying a little respite from what seems like continuous rain since we left Portland. Down there is Luenna, and just over to the left is the harbour wall leading into Brixham. We're planning a little dinghy expedition tomorrow, weather permitting. Today we've brought our dinghy ashore to do a little exploring and a walk along some of the famous southwest coastal path. Elbury Cove is home to Lord Churston's bathhouse, which was built in the late 18th century, back when seawater bathing was all the rage. Now it's just a ruin, but it still makes a great picture opportunity. The southwest coastal path is 630 miles long, starting in Minehead and finishing in Poole Harbour. A leisurely walk will take you approximately 65 days to complete. We're not attempting anything like that, just doing a couple of miles to the next bay for a spot of lunch. Good morning, and as you can see, the rain is back. But this time it's fighting with the sun, creating some lovely rainbows over Tor Bay. Let's see if the sun is going to win this time. And we have a winner! So it's out with Uber, our trusty dinghy, and off to Brixham. As with anything boat related, it's not like jumping in a car and just driving off. With our setup, we first need to drop the frame, which has the dinghy attached. Then release the dinghy from the frame and drop it into the water. Luckily, we already have the motor attached to Uber from our last trip ashore, so this time we only need to fit the battery. Finally, we collect Sam and depart Luenna. We always lift the platform, just in case the weather turns rough, which could damage it. "20 minutes later, we're pulling into Brixham Harbour itself, and we find a space just across from Brixham Marina. We're still not really comfortable leaving our only ride home tied off to a busy pontoon, but it's got to be done. Brixham is still home to England's largest commercial fishing fleet, which is based just next to the marina itself, so the inner harbour now only holds small pleasure craft. Brixham's fishing vibe is everywhere, and it's beautifully kept. And now we know how. So don't forget to pay your harbour dues, and definitely no littering. I always knew my wife was an angel. No trip to Brixham would be complete without a fish lunch. And this is a fish lunch.
That's garlic butter. That's a piece of fish.
4 hours later, we find Uber still where we left her, and the tide has turned, so it's downhill all the way home. Good morning, and guess what? It's raining again. Currently, there's no wind tucked here in the Cove, but it is planned to increase and shift round to the east, making this anchorage untenable by tomorrow morning. So, it's off to Dartmouth for a few days where we can wait out the next bout of bad weather. If it stays as a southwesterly, we'll be close reaching for much of the journey, and if it swings round to the east earlier than predicted, we may even get some broad reaching for the second half. Let's see what we end up with.
An area of low pressure and associated fronts will move in from the southwest. This will spread outbreaks of rain and fresh or strong winds across Wales and the southern half of England, before then transferring northwards across Scotland and Northern Ireland during Tuesday. Lyme Regis landers, including the Isle of Scilly, strong wind warning, 24-hour forecast, south or southeast 2 to 4, backing east or southeast 4 to 6, then veering south or southwest later. Slight or moderate, becoming moderate or rough later. Rain at times, then drizzle later. Moderate or good, occasionally poor. The outlook for the following 24 hours: southwest 5 or 6, becoming cyclonic 2 to 4. Moderate or rough, becoming slight or moderate. Rain or showers, good, occasionally poor.
Well, the wind is currently 20 knots. It's unpleasant to say the least, and yeah, it might be Monday morning, but sometimes I think I wish I would be sitting behind a desk. Yeah, no, never. Okay, so well, we're about 4 miles from the Dartmouth entrance, and we've got the motor on. We're using the sails and stabilisers. I'll be glad when we get there, if I'm honest. See you on the other side.
For the next 2 days we had everything from low mist and fog to high winds, so as soon as we could we moved upriver. And what a difference a couple of miles in a day makes. This part of the river does take some navigating, and with our yacht requires a high tide, but it's well worth the effort and is a great base for a further trip up the river in a dinghy. Good morning. Last night we moved back on the high tide to Parsons Mud so we could head off this morning to Cawsand Bay just outside Plymouth. It's a distance of about 35 miles. If the wind prediction is right and it swings round from the southeast to the southwest by this evening, we should be able to ride a good beam reach of about 11 knots all the way into Cawsands. But so far we've not been that lucky, and you've guessed it, we have rain predicted for today, so what's new?
Have a whole load of weed on there. Coming off. Okay. Sorry, I've got a whole load of weed on it, I said. So, okay, so you want to turn to where we're going, and I'm going to need to get the... Let me drop that back down. Okay, can you slow right down, please?
You want me to stop? Yeah, I'm in to go.
Right, Actually, if you can drop us into neutral, please. I'm going to try and lift it right up and see if that makes sense. Maybe tip it over. Tipping the anchor over the way. As you can see, I don't know if you probably can't see it, can you? I'll show you that. It's a lot. Okay, do you want to start moving forward? And there she goes.
Ah, there's nothing nicer than travelling down the Dartmouth River in the early morning before the ferries are on the water and everybody's day has started.
So, that rain did come in. It's only 7:30 in the morning and it's already pouring down. So we now looks like we're going to have this for the next 6 or 7 hours. Marvellous. Looking forward to it. British weather. Woo-hoo. Landing start point, still raining, great. What am I doing? Another squall in the distance. So just enough for us to dry out and then get very wet again. Outside that though, the winds are beautiful, the seas are calm, we're going downwind and couldn't wish for anything better. Maybe a bit of sun. I'm happy with this. So we finally made it. We have a very large number of soggy wet lines which we will tidy up and sort away, but it's only just gone, what, 2 o'clock, 1:30? 2 o'clock. It's just gone 2 o'clock, so that was actually pretty good in the end. We're just wet and soggy, so hopefully the rest of the trip will be better. We made it.
Look at that, glorious sunshine and light winds from the southeast, which means we've been joined by lots of day boats. Let's hope the summer has arrived. Next time, as we make our way down to Mylor, the weather shows no sign of improving. We develop an annoying squeak in our first reefing line.
But I'm still grumpy.
Even I've had enough.
Happy breakfast.
No, okay, I'm going to do it. The water taxi's there.
And we have fun navigating Mylor's mooring field.
Okay, okay. To where? Yeah.
Until next time, stay safe.